Hey y'all, so it is so good to be back in New York. I was in Europe for a week. I am no longer jet lagged and tired as hell, so I can get into these reviews. I apologize for the delay, but y'all know I had to cover the season finale of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I watched it soon as I got back. I have a lot of thoughts to say on it. There's been a lot. We saw the reunion looks, we saw the preview. I'm gonna talk about all that. I might do a separate video for the looks, but let's get to the season finale. So already, I enjoyed the opening of this episode. We open with Garcelle, and she's having a Birkin party at her house. Now, we know how much these ladies love a Birkin bag. We see a Birkin bag in every episode, to be honest. So for them to be surrounded by it, it's luxury. It's Beverly Hills, and it's why I love it. This is such a great idea for a party. I'm surprised this is the first time they've had something like this. Ooh, $35,000 for one bag. Jesus. Oh, Garcelle deserves herself a Birkin bag. She came in her third season swinging. I get it. She's a mid-tier black actress. She wants to be frugal. She wants to, watch her spending. And I get it. $14,000 for one bag is a lot, especially because she's a single mom too. But treat yourself, girl. You deserve it. She even mentions it, from where I'm from, we don't spend that much money on a bag, and I totally get it. I remember going into Gucci for my birthday, and I was just I want myself a wallet. And I get it, it was almost $400, but I was I work for this, and I deserve this, damn it. I'ma get this. And maybe one day, I'll get me something even nicer. YouTube and Patreon and podcast willing. So Garcelle lets us know it's a Birkins and Bubbles party. She has everything catered. She's even using Kathy Hilton's butler, Patrick, from the iconic Erika Jane versus Sutton episode. Or what? And if y'all don't remember, Patrick was funny as hell commentating on all the drama that was happening. There's gotta be $1 million sitting on that one table. So then we cut to Kyle for a second in her fabulous backyard. She's setting up for a party later in the week for the ladies. It's a charity event, and I think she's being loaned over $1 million of jewelry for all the ladies to wear to the event. I will say, Kyle hosts the best events across all Housewives franchises. They're just giving top luxury for this episode, and that's what makes this franchise of Housewives better than the rest for me. I said it. I said what I said. Okay, Garcelle coming down the stairs in this plaid outfit. I like it. It could use a belt though. So first to arrive is Cherie, and I think I love Cherie the most with her one-on-ones with Garcelle. It's come on, G-Money. I would love for her to call her G-Money in front of the other ladies. They have some authentic banter in between the two of them. For instance, Garcelle tells I got chicken and waffles out. And that's not just because you're here. She's what you mean by that? Look, if I was Garcelle's friend, I'd be you damn right you better have some fried chicken out. Don't be acting all sedity for these white bitches. So in comes Rena walking in with her Mary J. Blige hair. She looks cute. Now I'm thinking she would be owning these outfits. She'd be renting them. So in walks Sutton with her gay minion. She got her Birkin bag too, and she's in couture. I hear that, Sutton. She looks good. We can't do nothing about those legs, y'all, so y'all just ignore it. And look at Crystal dressing her age, looking real cute in this baby doll dress. And of course, Crystal got a Birkin. Oh, and here come Kyle. She is in heaven right now. We know that Kyle, I would say she is the queen of the Birkin bag. Come on. Kyle! I had to do it. It's the last episode, y'all. The way she coming in, all floating and happy. You wouldn't have thought she got into it with her sister. Not Kyle charging at Sutton, literally, for a Birkin bag that she just picked up. And Kyle, that bag is only $24,000. That's cheap for you. I'm enjoying this too much. We need more Birkin bag parties, please. Child. And of course, producers had to let us know that Kyle's Birkin bag, $60,000. That's it. We cut to Kyle's confession, and she's saying things feel still a little bit awkward between her and Rena, given that last episode, what happened with her sister. Kyle's hoping that her sister Kathy's apology to Rena was enough. But we know it's not. Lisa is a dog with a bone. She wants to take Kathy down. So then we cut to Garcelle saying, I love the yellow Birkin bag. I should get it. I think later on in the episode, she actually did get that bag. I feel like her rite of passage on Beverly Hills is for her to get a Birkin. All the ladies own a Birkin. Garcelle, you got a diamond, you got to get a Birkin to go with it. It's only $14,000. That's it. Get the bag. Get the bag. So a little later, we see Kyle and Garcelle talking one-on-one, and Kyle's letting her know her sister Kathy came over the other day to apologize for her behavior in Aspen. Now, Garcelle, she wasn't there for any of the breakdown. Lucky her, because she don't really have to lie or anything or try to cover for Kathy because she don't know anything that went on. She also tells her that Rena came over and told her sister to get help. Garcelle's reaction to that was pretty funny too. But Kyle says she's more worried about her relationship with Kathy, and she just wants Rena to drop it. Because of Garcelle's confessional, and she agrees, like, it's her sister, they have their own relationship. If she wants her to drop it, then drop it. My thing is, I'm sure y'all heard my opinion from the last episode and also on Twitter, like, if they're trying to cover for her for saying a slur, then I don't know how I feel about that. But if Kathy just had a meltdown where she was cursing bitches out, then yeah, we can move on from that. Garcelle seems very understanding of what Kyle's going through, and Kyle also mentions that her daughter's wedding is coming up and she wants to make sure that the whole family is there. So the ladies are all gathered around in the living room. We found out that Dorit couldn't make it because she's celebrating her son's birthday. Kathy conveniently couldn't come because she's out of town. And racist Diana, I mean, who cares? So then we get to the topic of Kathy Hilton. Garcelle, she playing producer right now. So Rena, I heard you saw Kathy the other day. Oh, Garcelle, you know what you're doing. Now, Rena, it did not go good. You told that woman that she had a black heart and that she needed professional help. I also think it's weird Garcelle doesn't know anything about what happened at Aspen. Like, the rest of the ladies were there at the club and saw Kathy blow up. So I'm kind of surprised Garcelle didn't hear from Sutton or Crystal. But Lisa continues telling her what happened. She said she was at Kyle's house and she proceeded to lock her door and go to sleep. Garcelle's like, you locked your door? Lisa was like, I was shook. We cut to Kyle's confession and she's just wondering why Rena can't just move on. And then Shady Production gives us a montage of Rena saying that she was shook. She said it at least on 4 different occasions. Kyle again says, well, you know, she apologized and I'm glad we can move on. Lisa's like, well, but you gotta live with this and hopefully she seeks help. I think you two should work on it. And Kyle's like, well, we don't. And then Kyle says, I'm getting a little uncomfortable right now. Kyle then gets up and goes to the kitchen because she clearly doesn't want to talk about this. A lot of the women look confused by the situation, even the women that saw Kathy's behavior. But then as a viewer, I'm looking at it from 2 perspectives. Like, one, if Kathy just blew up on everybody, like, why can't Lisa just let it go? Or 2, if Rena knows that she said something out of pocket, like the F word, the N word, then yeah, that's an issue that needs to be discussed. So Rena follows Kyle into the kitchen and then doubles down on her statement about Kathy needing help. Kyle looks very frustrated. It looks like she wants to tell Lisa, bitch, will you just drop it already? So next scene, we go straight into the night of Kyle's charity event. We see all the ladies getting glammed up. Now, quick side note, I just realized that Erica wasn't even at the Birkin party. That says a lot. I mean, it's not like she could have bought anything anyway. So as we see the ladies headed to the event, we're in the car with Lisa and Erica, and at this point, it's leaked to the press that Kathy had a meltdown in Aspen. And Lisa's saying that Kathy's trying to shut it down. She's sending cease and desist everywhere. I mean, I wonder who leaked the story. And I remember at this point, we heard some very explicit details about what Kathy said, but they're not talking about it on the show, conveniently. Because it wasn't just about the blow up that happened, it's about what she said. And again, I think they're trying to erase the fact that it may or may not have been a slur. So that's why it's so confusing to the audience, because all we're seeing is she just had a meltdown on all the ladies, which, again, big fucking deal. Here we go again with that shook word. I was shook. I'm sorry, the way Rena talking, you would have thought Kathy pulled a gun out of her purse like Medea and just started firing in the air in Aspen. So Kyle's event is starting, everybody's arriving. I mean, there's diamonds everywhere, everything looks chic and fabulous. Of course it does. Mauricio high-ass still ain't ready. He been looking fine lately. And side note, I might check out his Netflix show. It looks interesting. Damn, Kyle, she got almost $5 million worth of jewelry on. I hope this is a very secure event. I mean, no wonder these bitches' houses be getting robbed. So then Dorit shows up, and then we see her putting on a $5 million necklace. Ooh, and then we see the morally corrupt Faye Resnick. How has she been? And it is so strange that she has not been a friend of. Crazy. Here go racist Diana and her fiance. She made sure to not miss a Kyle event though. She looks good, I'll give her that. I love her Jessica Rabbit dress she got on. So then we find out conveniently Kathy Hilton isn't coming because she's out of town. Okay. She knew that Lisa was going. She knows that her name is in the press right now. She wasn't going to that event. But she did show up at the reunion, and I heard that she's going to be at BravoCon next week with Lisa Rinna. Y'all, I am not missing it. I will be covering it just by the way. And yeah, I will have a video up about my experience at BravoCon for y'all as well. Just letting y'all know. So then we see Garcelle, Cherie, and Sutton arrive. We see Kyle ask Garcelle if she wearing any diamonds, and Garcelle says no, it's just not gonna go with my green. I think from Garcelle's perspective, she didn't wear any jewelry because if anything go missing, y'all ain't about to blame my black ass. So then we see Erica and Rinna walk in, and they're the villains of this episode. I like what Rinna's wearing. It's like a Gumby dress, or who was the blue claymation character in Gumby? I think it was Goo. Now, my old folks in the chat, I know y'all remember Gumby. There was this blue character. I think she was the girl in the group. I think her name was Goo, and she was blue. That's what Lisa Rinna reminded me of right now. We then cut to Kyle talking to Crystal about the headlines concerning her sister, and it looks like she knows who leaked that information to the press. Also, shout out to the YouTubers on this episode spilling the tea. Hopefully one day I'll be on there too. I mean, it's so obvious to Kyle that it's either Erica or Rinna behind it because those are the only two that have an issue with what Kathy said. Yeah, it looks like Kyle is pissed and the Fox Force 4 is in trouble. I mean, Lisa always puts 20 on 10, but Erica's motive, she clearly wants the attention off of her and on Kathy. So Lisa comes in saying, hello, ladies, and Kyle's kind of paying her dust. I noticed that. So a little Easter egg in this scene, all the ladies are at the bar, and I think that's Kathy Hilton's tequila that she's been like ramming down our throats all season. It's the Casa de Leon. I think that's what it's called. But anyway, at least Kyle is trying. So now we see all the ladies seated for dinner. We see Kyle talking to Garcelle, and she asks her if she heard from Kathy. Garcelle says she has, and she's really pissed about the headlines that are out right now. We cut to Garcelle's confession. She says that what Lisa's doing is hurting Kyle and Kathy's relationship. Now, I would say that Kyle doesn't really have anything to do with it, and I don't think it's fair that Kathy is punishing her for Lisa's behavior. But I'm guessing Kathy wants Kyle to check Rinna. But again, I will keep saying this, if it has to do with something offensive that was said, then Kathy is in the wrong and I'm on Lisa's side. Like, we're gonna talk about it. I know y'all all hate Lisa right now, but yeah, if she says something real foul, like, let's just say if Garcelle heard something rude that Kathy said, of course I want Garcelle to talk about it. But so far we're just talking about a meltdown that happened, not any specific words. So Kyle tells Garcelle that Kathy knows that it was either Rinna or Erica behind the story. We then see Erica's ears perk up because she's ear hustling. Garcelle does tell Kyle, they were your friends, they would have dropped it by now. Now across the table, we see Erica talking to Rinna. I'm telling you right now, those two are coming for me. I mean, a hit dog gonna holler. It's crazy because they're sitting directly across from each other. Of course they can hear them. So then we see Garcelle tell Kyle what we're all thinking, which is Erica's motive is to get all the attention on Kathy and off of her. And am I the only one that loved Garcelle and Kyle together? Like, I like them more as friends than enemies. Like, the two of them together, there are some executive producers on this show. Like, they can run this whole thing between the two of them. Like, the two of them, they're very cerebral and they know how to get the drama started amongst the group. Now, wait a minute. I know they're all outside and everything, but are they really complaining about 62 degrees? It's like, oh, it's so chilly outside. I mean, I guess that's cold in California. In New York, that's a spring day. You'll see people in shorts and flip-flops outside. Production lets us know that because they know it's ridiculous. So we see some of the ladies moving towards the lounge area, and Garcelle says she wants to get to the bottom of this. She wants to know why Kathy owes Lisa an apology. Garcelle is with the shits, and she is ready to talk about it, and I am not mad at that. So all the ladies are seated away from everybody, and Garcelle gets right into it. She asks Rinna, I want to know what Kathy said that was so offensive that you felt that she owed you an apology. And then Rinna's like, well, I didn't say she owed me an apology. Rinna, look, I need you to stop lying. okay? Of course you wanted Kathy to apologize to you. Lisa's playing dumb right now, and Garcelle says if Kathy apologized, then we all should just let it go. And Lisa's like, well, who's not letting it go? Garcelle's like, well, the two of y'all. And then I'm guessing they're surprised that they were called out on it. I mean, Garcelle ain't got nothing to lose, and she ain't afraid of you bitches, so of course she gonna call it out. Lord, and here go Rena trying to gaslight Garcelle. She's like, I sense an attitude here. Why do you have an attitude? As Garcelle was just sitting calmly saying, I think it's the two of y'all who won't let it go. I love Garcelle just peep game. She just smiled and like, oh, I see what this bitch doing. She trying to get me out my character, and I'm not gonna give it to her. And I applaud Garcelle for that. Oh, and Garcelle just calls it out in front of Erica. She's like, if I can be honest, I feel like we're not talking about Erica anymore, and we're talking about Kathy. I mean, it's the truth, though. I mean, that's Erica's motive for talking about it. She even said it in the last episode. If we're going to talk about what I do, we need to talk about Kathy. To be fair, though, Erica, it wasn't caught on camera. So if it wasn't caught on camera, then it is what it is. Like, it's Kathy's word against Lisa, and it's Kathy's word against the rest of y'all of what happened in the club. All that means is Kathy was smart enough not to do it on camera. So according to Lisa and Erica, it's like we call everybody out in this group, so we're just gonna sweep what Kathy did under the rug. Garcelle then asks Kyle, would you rather this just not been brought up? And Kyle says, I just want my sister at my daughter's wedding. That's all she cares about. It does look petty on their part that they're trying to stick it to Kathy, but again, it's a double standard because it's Kathy Hilton. I do think if it was anybody else, they would have been talking about it. Say if it would have been Lisa Vanderpump's behavior off camera. I'm sure they would have been talking about it. Oh, Rena, just putting 20 on 10. She's like, if I can't express this, I will get sick and die. I will die of cancer. I think I would have busted out laughing right then and there. Lisa lets the ladies know, I know what happened back at the house. She goes around the group. Do you know what happened? Do you know what happened at the Do you know what happened at the house? I know what happened at the house. And apparently, production won't let us know what happened back at the house. And truthfully, Lisa, if it didn't happen on camera, it is what it is. I can't wait for this reunion. That's all I gotta say. Kristen speaks up for Kyle and says, like, this is their legacy. They want to mend their relationship. This is bigger than whatever happened in Aspen. Then Erica says, oh, excuse me. For a year and a half, we've been talking about my shit, dragging me and my drama. Calvin says, oh, well, that's the reason why you want to air Kathy out? Erica's like, yes, that's exactly the reason why. She basically said, I've been called out for my shit. We gonna call out Kathy for her shit. Like, she went off in a public place. We're gonna talk about it. Calvin says, well, you know you're only hurting me. Erica claps back immediately and says, no, that's your sister that's hurting you. I will say Erica has a little bit of a point of Kathy taking out on Kyle when Kathy should be mad at Lisa and Erica, but Kyle be in a mess too. She be producing, so I can see why her sisters be mad at her as well. And after that, Kyle again does a walk-off from the conversation, and Dorit goes running after her. So then the ladies look like they have nothing else to talk about, so they all ready to go. We're back in the house with Kyle talking to Dorit, and Kyle's telling her, don't you think it's strange that at every event it looks like something's been leaked to the press? I mean, Dorit, I think she's a snake. She knows full well what's going on. She knows that Lisa and Erica already leaked that information about Kathy to the press. So then we cut to Kyle in a confessional, and she says she got info from a direct source on who talked to the press. She knows exactly who it is in the group. And then we see her telling Dorit somebody wants to air Kathy out so they can make themselves look better. At this very moment, the Fox Force 4 is imploding right in front of our eyes. So it looks like our ladies are headed out, but we still got 10 more minutes left in this episode, so I'm guessing some more shit needs to be addressed. So we see Kyle tell Dorit in front of the other ladies that Kathy thinks someone in the group leaked the stories, and she got her lawyers involved to squash those stories. Sutton is like, for the love of God, do I have to do this? So she goes and stops Lisa and Erica and says, did any of you leak the stories to the press? And Erica's like, I don't know how to do that. And Lisa says no as well. Sutton is then like, well, Kyle needs to know. So they go back into the room, and here we go again. So they both tell Kyle they didn't leak anything to the press. Kyle is over. She tells Erica, it was your publicist that leaked the story. Erica's like, interesting. Kyle said that Kathy launched an investigation on who leaked the stories, and they found out that it was somebody from Erica's camp. Look, Kathy Hilton got a whole team of lawyers behind her, and I'm sure she got money and time to spend on it. Erica's like, my publicist did that? Well, you need to show me what you got. I'm surprised she didn't say, cite it. Cite it. Erica then says she shared a publicist with Nikki Hilton, so that right there is a conflict of interest. Like, why would he do that? And yeah, that makes a good point, but maybe a publicist is just an opportunist that's playing both sides. And I still believe Kyle. And, Ren is saying, well, I've had people talk to my publicist. And Kyle says, I don't have a publicist, so nobody came to talk to me. They just lying through their teeth right now. Erica in her confessional says that it's convenient of Kyle to try to flip all this on her, when in actuality, she's just scared of her sister and scared of what her sister might do to her. I do believe that Kyle is afraid of Kathy, and she just doesn't want to lose that proximity to her. I mean, I'm sure Kathy in Beverly Hills is a part of a lot of powerful circles, and that's why most of the women don't want to fuck with her. Kyle also informs Erica that the leaks came from her hair launch event from the last episode, and then we even saw that Erica was talking to the press about Kathy's blow up. Like, did she forget that? Like, that technically was her talking to the press about it. And also, y'all, I did hear on Twitter about the international airing of the episode, and they left some footage in. I'm not sure why they keep cutting important footage out in the US version, because they keep pissing me off about that. Anywho, what was cut out was Erica's publicist overhearing Lisa and Dorit talking about Kathy. That's why I think Dorit was in on it too, and she's playing Kyle as well. So then you see Erica and Renee, they're just going back and forth. Well, how do you know that? I don't know. Well, why would my press say that? They look so guilty right now. Like, they should just stop right now. It's comical. Right now, it's a back and forth. We all know what happened. They talk to the press. I'm done with this scene. We cut to Lisa's confessional, and she's just blown away how much Kyle wants to just sweep all this under the rug for her sister. I mean, it is her sister. Why wouldn't she? Blah, blah, blah. Yes, Erica, we know for the past 2 years you've been dragged through the mud. Thank you for your services, for carrying season 11. I'm tired of talking about it. Let's move on, please. Now, speaking of Erica's mess, Kyle's like, well, what if someone leaks this story so he can get the attention off of Erica? Erica's like, there is no taking the distraction off of me. I love Kathy, but she's not well known enough to take the distraction off of me. Wow, okay, she feeling her pussy, huh? She basically just said, I am more famous than Kathy Hilton. We cut to Kyle's confession. She's like, Erica, it's not a competition, but if you want to play that game about who's more famous, then Kathy's last name is way more well-known than Girardi. Now check that. Kyle has now did 3 walk-offs in 1 episode. I am done. She's basically like, you bitches take off my diamonds and get the fuck out my house. That's all I wanted her to say, but she didn't. So then before Erica and Lisa head out the door, Kyle tells them again, well, can you please not talk about it? Erica's like, absolutely not. We're not going to talk about it. Kyle's like, okay, well, I'm still getting the emails or whatever. And then Erica's like, well, show me what you have. And then she leaves out the door. So y'all, we finally get to the end captions for all the ladies. We first start with Dorit. And it says, Dorit is working to overcome her trauma from the home invasion. Of course she is. And the robbers remain at large. They still haven't caught the robbers. I don't think they will. That was literally her storyline for the entire season. Child, they need to bring her back as a friend of. Crystal's end credits, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. She adopted a puppy. Moving on. I'm not even about to talk about racist Diana. Next, we get to Sutton and they're talking about her dating life, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so for Garcelle's caption, it says that her book came out to rave reviews, except for somebody who threw it in the trash. I wonder who that was. Oh, and she finally got her Birkin. Okay, I guess she got it after all. Erica says that she received some good news when a judge in one of her lawsuits ruled that she had no knowledge of Tom's alleged crimes. That just means she has good lawyers. Oh, and here's some interesting information. She's still trying to get those earrings back. Again, she don't give a fuck about those victims. Police's caption says she's just grieving her mom. Okay, and last but not least, we have Kyle's caption, which of course involves Kathy, and it says she's only seen Kathy a few times since Kathy's apology. And also she has no idea if she's going to show up to her daughter's wedding or not. And that is where the season ends, y'all. I mean, I enjoyed it. I definitely think they should make some changes. I cannot wait until the reunion. I cannot wait. Again, I apologize that this came out so late, but you know, a nigga was traveling. Yeah, so y'all let me know what y'all thought about the season, whose side y'all on. My battery's about to die, so I can't stay on long. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all for the reunion. Bye.